You are listening to The Self-Trust Solution with Dawn Ledet, episode number 1. Welcome to the Self-Trust Solution podcast, where we are going to focus on the role of self-trust in achievement. So self-trust actually impacts everything that we do in our lives. But I love how it plays a part in setting and achieving goals, because I don't want you to wait to build self-trust to start achieving what you want to do in your life, what you want to make an impact with in your service that you do in the world. I want you to use the tools to achieve, which we're going to talk a lot about, in a way that infuses self-care so that you're both building self-trust and growing it through making the impact you want to make in the world instead of waiting for it. So that is where we're going to focus. And we're going to talk a lot about the 3 things it takes to achieve anything. And that is to make decisions, follow through, and have your own back. And the role that self-trust plays in each of these, and how we can infuse self-care into each of these steps so that you're both building the self-trust you need to make them yourself more apt to do them. Because the truth is, when we are suffering from a lack of self-trust, which so many of us are in many different areas, then our decisions look like indecision, sort of spinning in confusion, fear of making the wrong decision, looking for what the perfect decision is. And it looks follow through without self-trust, looks like procrastination. It looks like postponing and not taking the steps that you know you want to take to achieve the results you want. Without self-trust, the having your own back means you don't have it. And what that means is that you make the results of your decisions, and follow through or not follow through means something about you, mean that you can't or you won't. That's when some of the negative self-talk can come in. So it means both not doing what you really want to do for yourself in the long term, or staying comfortable in the short term. And yet it's not so comfortable, because the way that you may treat yourself when it doesn't work the way you want, when you don't follow through the way you want to, when you're not progressing forward, serving the purpose that you feel called to serve, making the impact that you feel called to make, it's not comfortable. So it's a false comfort to hold back. And also, it keeps you stuck or smaller than what you are meant and called to be in this world, in this life, in the service that you provide. So we are going to spend so much time equipping you with the ways to infuse self-care into making decisions so that you can make solid decisions and build that self-trust to where you will make more decisions, more quickly, cleanly, without the second guessing, without the indecision and confusion. Because the more decisions you make and the more quality decisions you make, the more you are serving in the way that you want to, the more impact you are able to make. We're going to focus on how you infuse self-care into follow through so that you are honoring your schedule. You are building a schedule that works for you and not against you. You aren't trying to cram yourself into a schedule that doesn't work for you, that doesn't end up accomplishing what you intended to anyway. It means having your own back on the commitments that you want to make and the changes you may have to make in moments, not making that mean anything about your ability to achieve what you want, about the time it's going to take to achieve it. We're also going to focus on your relationship with your results and your relationship with yourself through them, because follow through after and when things change, you get a result, right? Anytime we make a decision, there is a result to that. And we're going to learn how to have your own back by infusing self-care into how you evaluate and celebrate those results. What you make those results mean. work on all of these things so that you can make decisions, follow through, and have your own back, fueled by and infused with self-care and self-trust, so that you can form this beautiful cycle of self-trust and self-trust fueled achievement infused with self-care. If that sounds amazing to you, please subscribe to this podcast and join me each week to learn how to infuse self-care into your achievement process so that you can set and achieve goals and make the impact that you want to make, so that you can grow the self-trust you need to create the impact that you want to make in the world. I'm Dawn Ledet, and I can't wait to see you next week. And if you're curious about where you stand on the self-trust scale, join me at actionyourfuture.com and take the free self-trust quiz. This quiz will help you identify where you stand in terms of self-trust and help you pinpoint those areas that need a little extra TLC. See you inside.